Most people have owned a washing machine for years without once questioning the default settings. And honestly, that's exactly what the manufacturer was counting on. Those defaults were never designed for your clothes. They were designed to protect the machine's warranty. If your towels still smell after washing, your whites keep going gray, or your favorite sweater's lost its shape for no reason, the setting you picked is almost certainly the culprit. One of these fixes could save you hundreds in ruined clothing alone. Here are the hidden washing machine settings most people never touch. Don't skip this one. Secret number 9. Permanent press. The setting that actually prevents wrinkles. Ever pulled a load out of the dryer only to find everything looks like it spent the night crumpled at the bottom of a backpack? You blame the dryer, maybe the fabric. But here's what actually happened. Your wash cycle ended with a high-speed spin, and the heat set creases from that final rotation locked into your clothes before they even reach the dryer. That's not bad luck. That's physics. The permanent press cycle fixes this by slowing the final spin and adding a cool-down rinse. Boom! Wrinkles stop setting in before your clothes even hit the dryer. Use it on dress shirts, synthetic blends, and anything with a collar. Skipping this setting and ironing your way through the week instead costs the average household around $50 a year in electricity alone. It's one button. It takes zero extra time, and it quietly saves your clothes from creases they never had to have. Secret number 8. Spin speed and your disappearing wardrobe. Most people crank the spin speed to maximum and walk away feeling efficient. Faster spin means drier clothes, right? True. But what that 1,200 revolutions per minute setting is quietly doing to your fabrics underneath is a completely different story. High-speed spinning generates centrifugal force that tears elastic fibers apart gradually with every single wash. For jeans and towels, that force is harmless. For knitwear, stretchy waistbands, and fine fabrics, it's accelerated destruction. Studies show washing garments repeatedly above 1,000 revolutions per minute reduces tensile strength by up to 40% over time. Yep, the setting you trusted to save drying time has been slowly costing you your wardrobe. Drop spin speed to 600 to 800 revolutions per minute for anything delicate or stretchy. Reserve maximum spin for towels, bedding, and heavy cotton only. Your dryer runs a few extra minutes, but your clothes last years longer. Replacing a wardrobe you burned through prematurely runs into the hundreds. All because nobody told you to turn one dial down a notch. Secret number 7. Deep fill and the HE water problem. Here's something the salesperson at the appliance store definitely skipped over. Your high-efficiency washing machine is engineered to use the minimum water possible every single time, no matter what's actually in the drum. Sensors detect load weight and meter water accordingly. Sounds smart until you load in muddy sports gear, greasy kitchen rags, or heavily soiled work clothes. Not enough water means detergent can't dissolve and circulate properly. Grime has nowhere to go except back onto the fabric. So you pull out clothes that went through a full cycle and they still smell like the job site. That's not a detergent problem. That's a water problem, and you've been solving it the expensive way, by re-washing the same load twice. The deep fill button overrides the sensor and fills the drum properly. Use it on heavily soiled loads, and the difference is immediate. It's one of those fixes where you wonder why it wasn't the default setting to begin with. Secret number 6. Extra rinse and your skin. Ever finished a wash, put on a clean shirt, and ended up itchy by noon? Most people cycle through 3 or 4 detergent brands before accepting it as a sensitivity issue. Here's what's actually happening. Roughly 68% of households use more detergent than their machine needs. That excess soap doesn't rinse out in a single cycle. It clings to the fabric and stays there until it meets warm skin. The result feels exactly like a product allergy, when it's just residue doing what residue does. The extra rinse setting adds one additional water flush at no extra cost beyond a few minutes. If you've got sensitive skin or young children with reactive skin, this setting should be permanently on. Switch detergent. Brands all you like? None of it matters until you've actually rinsed the old stuff out properly. Secret number 5. Hot wash for towels and whites. Cold water washing saves energy and works perfectly for most everyday fabrics. But there's one category where it consistently fails you: towels. Your bathroom towel is warm, damp, and used daily, a perfect environment for bacteria to multiply. According to microbiology research, a used bath towel can carry millions of bacteria after just 3 uses under normal conditions. Cold water doesn't reach the temperature needed to eliminate them. The kill threshold is 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Below that, you're essentially rinsing bacteria around the drum and putting them straight back on your face. Hot wash your towels and whites every time? That persistent, musty smell that survives the wash cycle? Now you know exactly why. If you're finding these useful, now's the perfect time to hit that subscribe button. We've got 4 more settings left, and the number 1 on this list is the one that genuinely divides people. Most folks either love it or refuse to believe it's true. Don't miss that one. Secret number 4. Delay starting your electricity bill. Ever checked your electricity bill and wondered where the money's quietly disappearing? Part of it's your washing machine, specifically when you're running it. Electricity providers charge different rates depending on the time of day. Running heavy appliances like washers during peak hours, typically between 4 p.m. and 9 p.m., costs more per kilowatt hour than running them overnight. Most people don't know this exists. They just press start after dinner and call it done. The delay start feature, available on most Samsung, LG, and Whirlpool machines, lets you load the drum, set the cycle, and walk away. The machine starts automatically when rates drop and finishes before you wake up. Households that shift just 2 wash cycles per week to off-peak hours can save upwards of $80 a year. That's not a dramatic lifestyle change. That's pressing 1 extra button before bed. Secret number 3, the old knob washer's hidden cycles. Here's something that'll make anyone with an older top-loading machine feel good about not upgrading. Most traditional knob-only washers have unlisted cycle combinations that the manual never bothered to mention. The dial positions between the label settings aren't dead zones. They're deliberate. On many Speed Queen, Maytag, and older Whirlpool top loaders, turning the knob to certain in-between positions activates extended soak or pre-wash stages that the standard cycles completely skip. That's why a heavily soiled load sometimes comes out looking untouched. The machine was never given time to soak. Try setting your dial midway between normal and delicate on your next problem load and run a full cycle. I've heard from people who discovered this after owning the same machine for 15 years. Imagine paying $800 for a new machine when your current one had the answer buried right there in the dial. Check your exact model online. You might be shocked at what it's been hiding. Secret number 2, the self-clean cycle most people ignore. There's a feature on almost every modern washing machine that most owners have never activated once. It's called the drum clean or self-clean cycle, and it's not optional maintenance. It's essential. Over time, detergent residue and moisture create a film inside the drum that becomes a breeding ground for mold and bacteria. This is why clothes sometimes come out of the wash smelling worse than they went in. I've spoken to people who replaced their detergent 3 times trying to fix this. The culprit wasn't the detergent, it was the machine. According to appliance maintenance guidelines, the drum should be cleaned at least once a month. Most households do it never. Run the self-clean cycle empty. No clothes, no detergent. Once every 4 weeks. Some machines, like those from LG and Samsung, will actually remind you when it's time. That persistent musty smell everyone blames on their towels. Half the time it's living in the drum, not the fabric. Secret number 1, the smart washer myth. Here's the tip that genuinely divides people. A Wi-Fi connected washing machine doesn't clean clothes any better than the one sitting in your grandparents' basement. not even slightly. The premium on app-enabled, voice-activated washers is entirely about convenience, not cleaning performance. Remote notifications when the cycle ends, the ability to start a load from your phone, usage stats tracked in an app. None of that affects what happens inside the drum. Cleaning performance comes down to three things: water temperature, cycle selection, and detergent dosage. Every machine on the market, from a $300 model to a $1,800 smart appliance, operates on exactly these principles. The difference is packaging. If you've been using the right settings, and now you will be, your current machine is already performing at the level that matters. The smartest washer in the room is always the one with an informed owner running it. That wraps up the washing machine settings your machine's been hiding from you. How many of these were you already using? Drop a comment below. It's genuinely interesting to see how many people have been on the right settings for years without knowing it. If this changed how you think about your next load, subscribe for more honest appliance content that cuts through the marketing. Being a smarter household means knowing the things most people were simply never told. Catch you next time.